Ghosts and ghouls and monsters are about, my friends. Halloween is almost here, meaning it's time to get into the spooky spirit. And what better way to do that than to dive into one of our favorite series, Goosebumps. The second Goosebumps movie just came out and it's got a whole lot of fun-filled scares and outrageous laughs that will have you all hyped up over the holiday. So today, in celebration, we're counting down the references and Easter eggs you missed in Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween. But before we begin our video, we just want to give a major shout out to our sponsor, Goosebumps. If you love the books and the movies, you're gonna love their official mobile game, Horror Town, even more. It's a hilariously frightening city-building game with over 50 monsters to collect and unleash on your town. And of course, Slappy is the main hero. You can use your monsters to scary your town and collect screams from humans. The bigger your population, the bigger your rewards. Plus, the game has many chapters, all inspired by the books of R.L. Stine, which is pretty darn awesome. Get ready to nerd out, Goosebumps fans. And it also features in-game events related to the Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween film. The game is available now on the App Store and Google Play Store, so go check it out. We have links in the video description below too. Alright, now on to the references and Easter eggs, friends. Starting us off in at number 5, returning monsters. Slappy the Dummy is back, of course. Slappy, who has long been a reoccurring villain in the Goosebumps franchise, is resurrected once more in this sequel film. Since his debut in the books in 1993 in A Night of the Living Dummy, he's arguably become the most popular villain and character when it comes to Goosebumps, recurring the most often in Goosebumps media. He's not the only character who has a history from the books though. Slappy recruits several monster allies to help him bring about the Halloween apocalypse. The Abominable Snowman returns in this movie. He's a character from the novel The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. Will Blake in his werewolf form is there too, and he's from The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. The Lawn Gnomes, while a staple in suburban horror, originate from 2 Goosebumps books, The Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes and Planet of the Lawn Gnomes. And the Scarecrows are inspired from the novel The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. Plus, there's a whole lot of mummies who make cameos in this, and fans of the books will likely recognize them as familiar creatures from the wildly popular novel The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. Moving on to number 4, game cameos. Many of the new monsters that appear in the film also make an appearance in the Horror Town game. In the movie, you'll notice new creatures the likes of Headless Horsemen, winged jack-o'-lanterns, gummy bears, and a giant balloon spider, plus much more. The game will be introducing many of these new terrifying faces, with upcoming inclusions to the game being the bedsheet ghosts, balloon spiders, inflatable lawn ghosts, and a very special scene that will introduce giant gummy bears. Whew. Up next at 3, The Bride of Frankenstein. Speaking of new monsters, The Bride of Frankenstein makes an appearance in this movie. Like many of the creatures and monsters that appear in the franchise, many of these horror icons have much deeper gothic roots in the genre. The Bride of Frankenstein in particular was initially introduced in Mary Shelley's 1818 novel Frankenstein, but became more of a pop culture icon thanks to the 1935 science fiction horror movie The Bride of Frankenstein, which was the sequel to the 1931 Frankenstein hit film. Elsa Lanchester plays the title character and also plays Mary Shelley too. Plus, one of the original Goosebumps books from the Goosebumps series 2000 also plays on the Bride of Frankenstein theme. It's called The Bride of the Living Dummy. It's part of the Living Dummy saga and is also an allusion to the 1998 film Bride of Chucky. Moving on to number 2, Nikola Tesla. The film takes place in the town of Wardenclyffe, but did you guys know that Wardenclyffe is actually a real place? So at the start of the film, within the first 60 seconds, you may have noticed a statue prominently featured. That statue is of Nikola Tesla, the scientist who conducted many early experimental wireless transmissions experiments there. His whole shtick was that he wanted to transmit messages, telephone, and even images across the Atlantic to England, all based on his theories of using the Earth to conduct the signals. The tower that he worked at on Long Island, New York was eventually demolished because of Tesla's debts, which I guess sucks. And finally, in at number 1, R.L. Stine. Jack Black may play R.L. Stine, the creator of Goosebumps, in the film, just like he did in the original, but R.L. Stine actually has his own Stanley-esque cameo in the movie too. Stine recently spoke with Screen Rant about his thoughts on Black's portrayal of him, saying, I quote, "Not accurate at all." Now, the two had met in New York and Jack asked Stine what about the script was true concerning him, to which Stine replied, "Nothing. Not one thing. None of it is true." So Jack decided to play it as a sinister version of Stine instead. Worth noting that Stine does praise Jack a whole lot in this interview too. Seems like he really likes the guy. But how could you not? It's Jack Black. Alright, there we have it, guys. Have you seen the movie yet? If you haven't, why not? Go to your movie theater now and check it out. And let us know what Easter eggs or references that you pick out too in those comments below. If you dug this video, spread the love, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more videos like this. Before we go too, one more big shout out to Goosebumps for sponsoring this video, and be sure to check out their Horror Town game, available for download in the Google Store or App Store today. In the meantime though, thanks for watching guys, I'll catch you all in the next video.